Across an area larger than modern Pakistan, an entire advanced civilization, home to perhaps 5 million souls, abandoned every single one of its meticulously planned cities over a period of mere centuries. No sign of invasion, no evidence of widespread natural disaster, just a silent, coordinated exodus from an empire that once thrived, leaving behind perfectly intact, empty urban landscapes. In the coming moments, you will journey through the desolate remains of this colossal enigma, examining the documented facts, the baffling contradictions, and the theories that fail to fully grasp the sheer scale of the Indus Valley's silent vanishing act. We will peel back the layers of academic consensus and confront the chilling reality of an ancient empire that simply disappeared. The story of the Indus Valley Civilization begins roughly 4,500 years ago, flourishing along the Indus River and its tributaries, stretching from what is now Afghanistan, across Pakistan, and into western India. This was not a collection of scattered villages. It was a sprawling, sophisticated society, contemporary with ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, yet distinct in its profound urban planning and apparent peacefulness. In the coming moments, archaeological records from sites like Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, first extensively excavated by Sir John Marshall in the 1920s, reveal cities built with an astonishing level of foresight. Think about it. Wide, straight streets laid out on a grid pattern, often running north-south and east-west, a testament to deliberate and organized development. These were cities where virtually every house, even the humblest, possessed its own bathroom, often connected to an intricate underground sewage system. Mohenjo-Daro's Great Bath, a massive public water tank, demonstrates an advanced understanding of hydrology and construction, complete with waterproof plaster and a sophisticated drainage outlet. This level of sanitation was unparalleled in the ancient world and would not be seen again in many parts of the globe for thousands of years. The bricks used across all settlements, from the largest cities to smaller towns like Lothal and Dholavira, were standardized, a remarkable achievement suggesting central authority and uniform engineering practices over a vast geographical expanse. Beyond the brickwork and drains, the Indus people cultivated vast fields of wheat, barley, peas, and cotton, utilizing sophisticated irrigation techniques to sustain their large populations. They were master craftsmen, creating beautiful pottery, intricate gold jewelry, and thousands of unique seals carved with images of animals and an undeciphered script. These seals, found as far away as Mesopotamia, prove the Indus Valley engaged in extensive international trade, an indicator of their economic prowess and societal stability. What is perhaps most striking about this entire civilization is the almost complete absence of weapons and fortifications designed for warfare. Compared to the war-torn empires of the Near East, the Indus Valley appears to have been a remarkably peaceful society, focusing its resources on civic infrastructure and cultural pursuits rather than military might. These aren't speculative legends. These are archaeological facts, meticulously documented by institutions like the Archaeological Survey of India and the British Museum, whose detailed reports confirm the existence of this unprecedented society. But within this picture of advanced stability, a singular, devastating question emerges. How could such a monumental, seemingly stable civilization simply cease to exist? This is where the documented facts collide with an almost incomprehensible void. The Indus Valley Civilization didn't collapse in a blaze of glory or a tragic final stand. It simply faded away. Imagine the largest urban centers known to the ancient world, meticulously planned and painstakingly built, becoming ghost towns. Not after a battle, not after a siege, but through what appears to be a deliberate, prolonged, and silent abandonment. The evidence of conflict, which is abundant in other ancient civilizations, is conspicuously absent here. We find no widespread mass graves, no signs of a conquering army's brutal entry, no layers of ash and rubble indicative of systematic destruction by invaders. Think about that for a moment. An empire of millions across hundreds of settlements without the telltale scars of its demise. Sir Mortimer Wheeler, a prominent archaeologist who continued Marshall's work, initially theorized an Aryan invasion in the 1940s, citing a few scattered skeletons found in irregular positions at Mohenjo-Daro. but subsequent, more rigorous analysis, including the work of scholars like George F. Dales in the 1964 publication The Mythical Massacre at Mohenjo-Daro, unequivocally debunked this theory. The skeletons were not from a single violent event, but belonged to different time periods and showed no signs of battle trauma. The destruction layers Wheeler spoke of were reinterpreted as natural decay and localized flooding. What you're faced with here, what archaeologists have grappled with for decades, is not compelling evidence of conflict, but rather the chilling absence of it. Furthermore, when people abandon their homes due to imminent threat or sudden disaster, they typically flee with their most valuable possessions. Yet at many Indus sites, non-perishable artifacts like pottery, tools, and even some jewelry were simply left behind, not plundered, not taken. It suggests an orderly, perhaps even leisurely departure rather than a panicked flight. The abandonment wasn't instantaneous. It occurred over 1 to 2 centuries, roughly between 2000 and 1800 BCE. Cities like Mohenjo-Daro show periods of decline, with structures poorly maintained or rebuilt with inferior materials, but then, eventually, they are simply deserted entirely, leaving no written explanation, no final decree, no desperate plea carved into stone. How can an entire advanced society, spanning hundreds of thousands of square kilometers, coordinate such a massive, deliberate retreat without leaving a discernible reason? The sheer scale of this demographic shift defies easy explanation. Millions of people, speaking an unknown language, following unknown customs, moved away from their ancestral lands. Where did they go? While some theories suggest migration towards the east and south, leading to new cultural formations, the core question remains: why this silent exodus from an entire civilization? No official records, no personal letters, nothing to indicate the collective will or underlying trigger for such a profound societal shift. The archaeological record is mute on the most critical question of all. This isn't just an unsolved case. It's a case where the very mechanism of abandonment remains shrouded in impenetrable mystery. Numerous theories have, of course, been proposed to fill this staggering void. One of the most prominent suggests climate change. Paleoclimatological studies, like those published in the journal Science by researchers such as Liviu Gheosan in 2012, indicate a weakening of the monsoon system around 4,200 years ago. This could have led to prolonged droughts, making agriculture along the Indus increasingly unsustainable. Coupled with shifts in river courses, notably the potential drying up of the ancient Gagara-Hakra River, believed by some to be the mythical Sarasvati, the environmental pressures could have become immense. Farmers would have been forced to migrate in search of fertile land and water sources. This theory offers a plausible reason for people to move. However, it fails to fully explain the orderly, silent nature of the abandonment and the complete lack of struggle. If people were starving and desperate, wouldn't there be more evidence of social unrest, conflict over dwindling resources, or mass casualties? The shift was gradual, allowing time for organized movement, but it doesn't account for the total and unrecorded departure, the lack of re-establishment of similar urban centers elsewhere, or the collective decision to simply leave so much behind. Why didn't they adapt, as many civilizations have done, by developing new irrigation methods or altering their crops? Another theory posits widespread disease epidemics. A devastating plague could certainly depopulate a region, yet once again, the archaeological evidence is lacking. No widespread skeletal remains showing signs of endemic disease or rapid mass death have been found. While disease can leave minimal traces, the sheer scale of the Indus disappearance would likely have left some form of forensic signature on its population. Furthermore, epidemics often lead to chaotic conditions, not the measured and seemingly unhurried departures observed in the archaeological record. The idea of a sudden, catastrophic geological event, such as massive earthquakes, has also been considered. Seismic activity could indeed divert river courses, trigger floods, and destroy infrastructure. But while localized destruction is evident at some sites, it doesn't explain the systemic abandonment across the entire civilization. Earthquakes might force people to relocate, but again, the question remains: why did they not rebuild? or why did they not leave any record of such a cataclysmic event, especially one that affected such a vast area? The complete absence of an overarching explanation for millions of people moving away remains stubbornly unresolved. Perhaps an internal societal collapse due to resource overexploitation or political fragmentation. While plausible in theory, there's no archaeological evidence to support widespread internal strife, no signs of a violent overthrow of leadership or a breakdown of the social fabric. The standardized city planning and widespread use of common weights and measures suggest a highly centralized or at least very cohesive society. The theories, while offering partial explanations for certain aspects of decline, ultimately fall short of accounting for the unprecedented phenomenon of an entire advanced civilization systematically emptying its cities without leaving a trace of the why. When you consider the full scope of the Indus Valley's disappearance, it doesn't just reframe ancient history, it challenges the very foundation of how we understand societal collapse. We often imagine end-time scenarios as catastrophic, violent events, wars, plagues, meteors. But what if the end comes not with a bang, but with a silent, deliberate fading? It forces you to confront a terrifying possibility that even the most advanced, most peaceful, most stable societies are fundamentally vulnerable not to external threats, but to an internal, unexplained decision to simply step away. How secure are our own foundations if an entire civilization can simply choose to unravel without leaving a discernible reason for its departure? Could our intricate global connections, our reliance on complex systems, make us equally susceptible to a mysterious, unrecorded unraveling? It suggests a vulnerability far deeper than anything we build to protect ourselves, a potential for collective, incomprehensible self-erasure that defies our current understanding of human nature and societal resilience. The Indus Valley stands as a chilling monument to the unknown depths of human capability, not just to build, but to dissolve. The empty cities of the Indus Valley stand as a profound testament to the limits of our understanding. They are a documented, officially unsolved puzzle, a silent challenge to our assumptions about human resilience and the permanence of civilization. We have explored the chilling facts, the glaring contradictions, and the unsatisfying attempts to make sense of this colossal void. But the layers of the unexplained run far deeper, reaching into the hidden mechanics of human choice and societal fragility. Prepare yourself, because our next journey will pull back yet another veil, revealing a truth that forces you to question everything you thought you knew about the control you believe you possess. A new reality awaits.